The answer is A, I believe, isn't it? Richard Hall.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, Richie Havens is a singer, and Richard Hall is a singer as well.
Is another
A
famous
answers
person.
A, everyone.
Yeah.
But it's for children. It'd be great
Yeah,
if everyone
exactly.
could answer. Just
Yeah.
phone on in. There you go.
Hey, Richard Hall.
You're the gift that keeps on giving,
Oh,
aren't you?
as you know only so well, David Walliams. How lovely to have you here, David.
Thank you so much, and apologies for Matt not being here, but he's lost his voice. He's not well at all.
Well, I'd rather him rest up and get himself better again and then come on in the new year, and then we could chat then, perhaps. That's, you know.
I don't think he likes you. I don't think he'll be going back.
Well, he actually phoned me last night, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
What did he say? What? You could hear his voice or not?
But he could speak. He was actually, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't the most convincing alibi. But he was phoning. He phones quite regularly to complain about you.
Yeah. What does he say?
David, you know, he's a real bit of a star obsessed, you know, he's full of himself, going off doing shows about Bond, about which he clearly knows nothing. You know, he was just, you know, really a bit
You were
depressed.
very good in that.
God, no, we will get to that in a minute. That was your James Bond show. We'll talk about that in a minute.
All right.
First of
What's
all,
on the agenda?
well, let's find out how you are, what you're up to, what you have planned. I mean, let's talk about David Walliams a little bit.
Yeah, come on, let's get to know the real
The performer.
David.
Well, you're still touring. I can't
It's
believe you're
insane, doesn't it?
How long have you been
well,
on tour
you saw
for
the show about a year ago, didn't you, in Bournemouth?
I think it was before last Christmas,
yeah.
wasn't it?
It was about October last year.
So this is the same tour.
Yes.
But that's like a war. They shouldn't be
Well,
going on for that long, should they?
There was a 30-year war, wasn't there? But this is, we're going to do about 200 dates and play to about 1 million people. And at the moment, we're at the Hammersmith Apollo. We're off to Scotland next week, then back to Hammersmith. We're doing a special show for Comic Relief on the 22nd of November.
Oh, which I know all
you're
about.
taking part in, which is great. Loads of star guests in the show. It's like a gala performance of the show. Yourself, Kate Moss, already confirmed. Lots of
Wow.
other stars.
So Kate will be there as well.
Yes, of course
Now,
she will be.
what I
Not lying.
imagine happened is I leapt in and said, yes, I do it. And then a lot of other
people.
when they saw my name attached, realised it wasn't just a couple of camp old comics dressed up as ladies pretending to wee on the stage.
We don't do that anymore. We've cut that sketch.
Why have you cut that sketch? That was a very funny sketch.
Well, I just thought it relied on shock value, really, and I thought maybe once the shock has gone.
Oh, like you as the Sebastian coming out naked. There's no shock value there. Or the one where
No,
you
that's a
vomit over
beautiful
people. That's not
moment.
shock value.
No, but I don't know. Those have got a bit more going on in them than that one.
There's a bit more context, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I do like the old lady.
You like the bit where I strip off?
No, not really.
You were such a liar.
No, I sat there and watched it, and frankly, I felt a bit embarrassed for you.
Well, you know what? We did a private performance of the show, like a corporate gig for 30 people in a room.
Oh, no.
And I did it then, and there was a girl on the front row, who was about 14, and when I came out naked, she went, "Oh!" covered her eyes. And I thought, you really do need 3,000 people there to make it funny, because 30 people, it is just appalling, horrific. Because last night, my mum and dad came to the show, and Barbara Windsor said, how do you find doing that in front of your mum and dad? And I said, well, if it was in their front room and I was doing it, it would be a bit embarrassing.
Be hideous. I suppose when you come out and it's just you and 30 people, it looks a little bit like the show's gone wrong and you've gone mad. The pressure of this long tour's got to him. But it's a joyous moment for the audience. They do like to see
they love it. You've got to put bums on seats, Jonathan. If people want to see that, I'll do it.
Yeah.
No, it's a fun moment in the show. I mean, it's all good, clean fun.
It's I would have thought quite an exhausting thing though, because it's a long show. It's it's about an hour each half, and then there's a little break in the middle. But it's demanding on both of you. There's a lot of costume changes, a lot of whizzing around. Have you found it tiring, or have you found that you're in better shape?
It is tiring, but it's one of those strange things. You go on stage, and because you get this energy from the audience, it kind of just carries you through.
Well, Fern Britton once said to me, "Old Doc Footlights will sort you out." Right?
Really?
Yeah.
That's a very strange thing for Fern Britton to say.
Well, she was obviously feeling a bit under the weather that day.
Well, I was on this morning yesterday, and did you know that Philip Schofield played Dr. Dolittle for 3 years on stage?
Yeah, well, he says that. But do you know anyone who went to see him?
Well, that's the strange thing. 'Cause I was talking to Matt. He said, "Have you met anyone who ever saw it?" We went, "No, I haven't."
he was Joseph for a short period as well, or so he says.
You would have been a good Joseph.
Well, I think I'd have been a better Dr. Dolittle, don't you?
Well, yes, because this is slightly creepy, Dr. Dolittle.
Close every door.
Well, that's
on
Joseph.
me. Well,
That's
which one's
Joseph.
that? Do you know any of the songs from Dr. Dolittle?
Talk to the animals, walk with the animals, talking to the chimpanzees. It's that, isn't
you
it?
make it sound like a sort of Cockney knees, that one. We do talk to the animals.
Well, I'm not a singer. I can't really do that.
Can you not carry a tune?
I can't. I've tried so hard.
Because I would have thought you and musical theatre was a natural fit.
Well, I do sometimes get offered musicals, but I really just have to say, look, honestly, I can't sing. And I'm not just saying that like I can't play tennis and then be really good at it. I really can't sing at all. It's really embarrassing.
It's shocking when you meet somebody who really can't sing, because
I can't.
Well, there's a game we play at home called SingStar, okay, on the PlayStation. It's great fun, and it's used the pop videos on the screen, and you have to match your voice to the right level. I play it with the kids quite a lot. And my wife, Jane, her dad was there, and I said, come and play the game, Stu, we're playing with the kids. And so Grandpa went, no, I really can't sing. And I said, come on, you can sing. Johnny went, no, okay. It was The Boys Are Back in Town. You've never heard anything like it. It was like, the boys are back in town, the boys are back in town.
I think what you realise when you're doing karaoke is that the songs are a lot longer than you think. You know, like the first 10 seconds of your karaoke song are brilliant, aren't they? And then you go, oh no! And 4 or 5 minutes later, you're still up there. Like, I Will Survive is about sort of 5 or 6 minutes long.
The hideous bit as well is when there's an instrumental break in the middle and you're on stage.
Oh yeah, not quite knowing what to do, thinking you might try and be funny, but not sure how to.
Situation I'm sure you've encountered on a regular basis.
Every night.
Well, now, David loves his music. He loves his music.
Well, I love Prince, If I Was Your Girlfriend. That's Prince? The song, I think, the most romantic song that I can imagine in a way, because that's how I feel about women. It's
a lovely song. I feel that about women theoretically.
But you, in the end of the day, are a bit of a dog.
I'm a bit of a dog.
Yeah, you.
No. It's like I think, I love women and all their multifacets and all their kind of like their complexity. The sea swell of emotion inside them, the rise and fall, the moods. Yes, I'm attracted to all that. As soon as you're in a room with one for like 3 hours, you think, oh, for goodness sake, stop whinging.
But I like If I Was Your Girlfriend, because all things like, I pick out clothes for you or wash your hair and all those kind of things. Do you do that for your wife?
I do it for my dog. He loves a bath. Oh, Mr. Pickle. You've met him, you know what he's like.
I know, he's lovely.
Yeah, he's an attention seeker. But you love music. What do you listen to at the moment? I know you're a big Pet Shop Boys fan. I know that you like most kind of well-crafted contemporary music.
I like lyrics a lot.
You like an emotional connection there as well, don't you?
I love Nick Cave as well.
Oh.
Really mad on Nick Cave.
I heard a Nick Cave song this week I was listening to. You know when you have your MP3 player on shuffle? And it was from The Boatsman album.
Yeah.
The Boatman's Cool. I think that's one of my favourite albums of all time.
I might have it on here. What are we going to play?
I'm going to play a track from the new Magic Numbers album, which I think you like. It's called Boys.
Very sweet sound.
It's called Boys. Nice track, isn't it?
Okay, we have with us David Walliams, ladies and gentlemen. David Walliams is part of Little Britain, probably the most successful, I would have thought, comedy act in the UK at the moment.
Of all time. In the history of the world.
The greatest comedy act since comedy was invented.
I think it goes beyond comedy. It's just the greatest thing that ever happened in the world.
It's going to solve all of our green issues over the next 15, 20 years. Yeah. Never mind the fish in the sea. Well, there's a Little Britain will be well fed. Still on tour. Have been on tour now for 7 or 8 years.
Yes. It's just demand. It's just a strange thing. If people want to see
you say demand, but
you keep doing your chat shows.
Oh, listen to that. Here's the thing.
No, but people want to see you, don't they?
I think with Little Britain, what's happened is you've been on the road for so long, they think it's another tour. Because I was going to buy tickets. I'd like to see them again. I wonder what their new stuff's like.
But sometimes we have people at the signings afterwards. We were in Bristol, and then we were back in Bristol like about a week later, and someone said, "Will it be a different show?" I thought, well, give us a chance.
Well, it's quite a complex show as well, isn't it? I mean, there's an awful lot of changes, and just to get into those costume changes.
Well, it is. It was really hard to put the show together, but somehow it just sort of fits rather well. And now we've got it on DVD.
Yes, the DVD is out now.
It's out on Monday. Yeah.
It's got the tour program that you get in the DVD here. Is this the one this isn't the one you get?
This is a miniature version of the one that you get.
Really nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
And it's some quite arousing photographs of the two.
Jonathan's looking at a picture of Bubbles there naked.
As you know, I found Matt quite attractive anyway, but especially when he's done lots of Bubbles. That's not such a fun. I'm just looking for the funny characters here. Most of them are Matt's characters. Marjorie's great. Yeah, I don't like that one there. Yeah. And we all love.
You're just trying to be mean. You're just trying to be mean to me and bully me.
Vicky Pollard is probably the best creation.
It's a brilliant character. Yeah,
she's fabulous, and so's Daffy the gay. And
yeah,
Macadacca Ting Tong's good. I don't like the guy who plays
I play some of the straighter roles in the show.
You two have been together for so long now, though, haven't you? I mean,
we met in 1990. In the National Youth Theatre.
So it's 16 years, I suppose. That's quite a while.
But we sort of started doing comedy together in 1995, and then, but we only kind of we were kind of a bit rubbish for quite a long time. People might still think we're rubbish, and then we hit upon Little Britain about sort of 99, 2000, did it on radio, and then, well, the rest is history, Jonathan. I don't know if people say that.
I heard that the guy who commissioned it initially for BBC Three, based on the strength of the radio show, I don't know if this is true, hadn't actually listened to it.
I don't think he listened to it.
I heard this from someone said that he didn't say to you guys, someone said it's good, so...
Yeah, so go for it.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Well, lucky. I don't mind. He made the right decision, didn't he? So
how
we're very grateful.
To have commissioned, one of the hit shows of the last 10 years based on...
I know, but you realise a lot of shows... I mean, he was only commissioning a pilot at the time, and a lot of shows come and go, don't they?
I guess so. So I didn't mean to kick you there, but you're so huge.
I quite liked it. Do you like the boots I'm wearing today? Because I sort of thought about what I should wear for
honestly,
you. Honestly,
they're probably the worst boots I've ever seen a man wear. Honestly.
I can't see them.
You know the only way they'd look good, those boots? If Elvis was wearing them in one of his jumpsuits. They're like show business boots that you would wear on stage. Let's have a look. How high do they go?
They're quite high, but I don't really need the height, but I've got it anyway. I think they're quite sexy.
No. No, and they look quite cheap. I mean, I don't know where did you get them from?
They're Alexander McQueen boots.
Oh, well, I tell you, he saw you coming, didn't he?
I don't really wear boots, you see, normally, so I thought I'd wear them today to see if you like them.
No, I don't. And in future, I think...
See what he's wearing, though?
What's wrong with my shoes? I'm wearing bathing ape training shoes with Batman on the back.
They're yellow.
Black and yellow.
You look like sort of you don't care. Looks like you don't care anymore. And I noticed you've no poppies on you guys.
I had a poppy on this one.
It's fallen off.
Mine's jacket's over there.
Mine's on the floor. I've got a poppy because we're coming up, of course, to the 2-minute silence, so we should get ourselves a...
I just think, it's one of those things, isn't it? Because we get very complacent these days.
What do you think about Jon Snow's thing? It's been in the paper this week that he's not going to be... He said he won't be bullied into wearing a poppy on air. He will wear it in his private life. He said it was support, but he doesn't.
Well, yeah, I think that's fair enough because you shouldn't have to wear one if you don't want to.
You shouldn't have to,
but I think it shows respect, and also if you're on television, especially on the BBC, it seems.
Well, he's not. He's on Channel 4, isn't he, Jon Snow?
Right. Okay. Well, it's up to each person's.
I think it's weird, though. I think it's a weird reason to give to say I'm not going to be bullied into it. That's like a teenage boy would say to you.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do it myself in my own time, but I'm not going to do it just because you tell me. In class, it's just a strange.
Yeah. I just think it shows respect, doesn't it?
Where's your poppy? You have one?
It's on my coat, which is out.
How much did you pay for your poppy? I bet you paid more for mine.
Well, say what you paid, and then I'll tell you what I paid for mine.
No. Let's be. We'll be honest.
I paid £1 million.
I paid £1 million and 27 pence because I'd given them a cheque, and then I thought I've got a little bit of change as well. No, I think I normally put just £1 in or something. Okay, I think the cheapest I got one for was like 20p because I went in and I thought I'll put some money. Didn't have any notes on me. Also, I'd have given them a £5. Had 20p, put it in, and I saw the bloke look at me a bit funny. I thought, well, I haven't got any more. That's all I've got on me.
No, but that's not quite good enough.
It wasn't good enough, but I've given more than that as well at times. I'm sure I've given.
How do you get the really nice ones? Because sometimes the Queen has got a really nice one.
Well, of course she's going to have a really nice one. She's got
a nice everything, hasn't she?
I don't know about that.
When did you meet the Queen?
Yes, many times.
Did she mention me?
Her mam and me have hung out.
Don't say something you're going to regret. Because you've had this problem before with Margaret Thatcher, and the Queen is more loved than her.
More powerful.
Not really, no.
No, I love the Queen. Me and Queenie, we get on great.
Did she mention me when you met her?
She actually said, I do so love the fat one from Little Britain.
Well, I was in a shop the other day, this is absolutely true, and I was shopping and this woman came up to me, oh, you're the guy from it? Well, thank you. The round. That's the way I said, Matt will be thrilled with that description.
Bizarrely, I get that all the time about the radio show.
Oh, Andy's lovely.
Thank you.
He's beautiful.
He's like a pug, a little pug in a shirt. What are we going to play, Andy?
Beach Boys.
Oh, you like
And then we're going to play the Nick Cave.
This
This is You're So Good to Me.
You did, altogether, you've done 3 series of Little Ben, is that right?
That's right, and a couple of Christmas specials which are on this Christmas.
Will you do another series? I mean, presumably you need some time off after the tour. I know you've been, and you've got any number of projects come up, including a straight acting job, which I'd like to ask you about. But would you do another series while you've had a little break, do you think? I think people would love to see it.
Yeah, I think never say never. Because you might want to, and then when you do it, you might really regret it because that you said you weren't going to do another one. But we don't have plans at the moment to do another one.
So, what are your plans then for the next year? Say, do you have that far ahead mapped out?
That's a lot. Well, we do this show up to the middle of December,
right,
and then we take the show to Australia next year. In February,
hang on,
we do a month out there.
You're doing a month in Australia?
It's quite big in Australia.
Are you big in Australia? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to play to about 100,000 people out there, I think, which is pretty good. And in between that, I'm doing this. I'm doing a drama that Stephen Polyakov wrote and he's directing. I've got a scene with Maggie Smith, which is very exciting.
Wow. So it's you, Maggie Smith. Who are the other performers in it?
Michael Gambon.
Excellent.
Ruth Phillips, who played Jane Eyre recently on TV.
Wasn't she the one in Heidi High?
That was Ruth Maddock.
Okay. You wish you could work with Ruth Maddock, have you?
We have worked with Ruth Maddock because she plays Stafford's mum, yes, which we were very thrilled about. So, in case you're trying to do her down.
I
know, but you say you probably would love to work with her.
Well, you probably would.
Well, we did.
I know you love that period of British comedy.
Oh, I love it, yeah. I mean, we grew up watching
Have you worked with Sue Pollard?
No, we haven't, but I quite liked it.
Yeah, I can imagine you would. The Ruth, the lady you described, Ruth Phillips, did you say?
Ruth Phillips.
She was very good in Jane Eyre.
She was wonderful, yeah.
I thought she's
a fantastic actress, and most of my scenes are with her, and she's brilliant. She's playing. Jonathan is so naughty. What? And she plays like the. She plays the young Maggie Smith. Please stop doing that. It's really
She is
rude.
A wonderful actor. And I love that dramatisation. I watched it with my daughter, and even though what I loved about Jane Eyre was it was quite scary. Just
you can
scary.
Touch my knee again.
Just I want to try to move your huge legs out. Just scary enough. You know what I mean? Did you watch it?
I didn't, but I'm going to get it on DVD so I can catch up with it.
It's excellent. Okay, well, I've seen a little bit in live. I saw it live way back when. I'm looking forward to being part of it, obviously, on the Comic Relief night.
Yeah, thank you very much for doing that.
Thank you for asking me.
People can get those tickets on Ticketmaster. It's the 22nd of November.
The 22nd of November. You can get tickets to see a special little bit in live. I'm going to be there with them on stage, and they've got something quite horrible planned for me. Kate Moss will be there as well, and any number of other guest stars.
Lots of other very famous people.
Yeah,
a lot of people much more famous than you.
Of course.
And much better liked.
Yeah. like proper celebrities. Yeah. Proper famous stars. You're a bit of a, I can't say the full word I was thinking of because it's too rude, but you're a bit of a star lover, aren't you?
I love you.
Yeah, you're someone who hangs out with folks.
What about you?
Yeah, but no, you see, I make actual friends with people. Anyone famous invites you around, you're around like a shot.
Oh, that's mean.
It's true, though, isn't it?
Not if I haven't met them.
Yeah, but even if you met them very briefly, if they come around for lunch...
Well, of course, I'm there like a shot. Depends who it is, isn't it? With George Michael, I'm there. With Elton John.
Okay, I was going to ask you who you'd been round to, whose house you'd been round to that you regretted, but I know you're too polite to go down that route.
Well, there is somebody, but I'm not going to say.
Tell us when the record's on, and I'll find a way.
No, because you will just then mention it on air.
No. Very cold only for those in the know.
No, I'm not. I'm obviously not going to tell you.
Okay, let me guess. Is it?
No, they're lovely.
Okay, all right.
I can't believe you would suggest Richard and Judy.
No,
Richard and Judy are lovely.
Well, I haven't been round their house, and I know you went to the house. I thought maybe
I went round their house and I had an absolutely lovely time. In fact, it's not nicer than your house.
Okay.
That was a strange night, yes.
Yeah, okay. Didn't you almost get off with one of their children?
I'll write down one.
An adult child, I should point out, you know.
That was a weird one.
Yeah. I can imagine that would be a bit strange. Was that one of those evenings where you think, have I stayed here long enough now that if I leave it isn't rude? Don't you love those evenings?
It was slightly strange, yeah. And that night was slightly strange because, again, I was thinking, well, I better get off now while he was playing me his new album.
Oh! You don't want to go around someone's house and they play you their new album. Especially him. Okay, I wish we could tell you. Maybe we will later on when David's out.
No, we won't. I'm going to tear that piece of paper out now because
say that.
That's evidence.
Why don't we auction that for children in need? Because they won't know which names are which.
No, come on. That's not. It's cruel. It's not nice. It's bitchy. I expect that of you, but I'm a little different. Okay.
Yeah, a little different.
Well, you've invited people round you've regretted. I was there one night when we invited this couple round, two TV presenters, and you said you really regretted it. I don't know why you invited them around. You only invited them around because you're the famous.
No, because I met them in the street and I felt bad, but I invited you.
You felt bad because you met them in the street?
And I'd said, why don't you come round? And then when he said, hey, look, lad, can we come round? And I said, yeah. And then Jane was away, and I went in the kitchen and phoned her and said, there were people in our house and I don't know how to get rid of them.
Well, I was there as well.
Yeah, but I wasn't happy you were there because you brought your current girlfriend there, and even though she's lovely, you started making out on the couch in front of me. So you were no help. I invited you round as a bit of support and solidarity.
I didn't make out.
No, listen, so that I wasn't all on my own, and then you were snogging her on the couch in front of me.
Well, you would snog her if she was your girlfriend.
Not around someone's house who I'd gone round because they had some other presenters around who you didn't like or know very well. No, and I know that's not a situation a lot of people can necessarily associate with, but please see my side of the deal. I invited you round. I thought, oh, good, David Wheeler. You're on the. Oh, gee,
she's very, very beautiful.
Yes,
woman.
but it's not the point. Keep your hands off until you're alone at home. We don't want to see that. You're a grown adult male. Seriously,
I couldn't help it.
What do you mean you couldn't help it? It was tongues and everything. It was horrible. We hadn't even got the bloody creme brulee out yet.
You had a starter, hadn't you? It wasn't as soon as he arrived.
And the other people whose name we can't mention, right? They brought a dessert round and we opened it up and it was meant to be cooked and we started eating it and it was raw.
I can't remember who that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, the tall one. And
yeah,
the other one,
yeah.
Anyway. I wish we could tell you. All right, okay.
Right.
Now, are we going to put a little track on first before we ease our way towards...
no, we haven't got time, because we've got to go to...
Well, we'll chat a little bit now.
Yeah, talk about this acting role. I didn't hear about this.
We're going to change gear a little bit before we get to 11 o'clock. So obviously we have the 2-minute silence coming up, and we want to make sure that we play not a sombre record beforehand, but one which actually shows that we are being respectful, because we genuinely
very
feel...
important, because people died for our freedom.
Yeah, and we should feel respectful, and we should feel very grateful, and show them, that they are not forgotten. I don't really want to talk about Little Britain right now.
We could talk about the wonderful swim that I did across the channel.
I
feel I've still got a little more to say about that. Okay. Can I first say, Jonathan, very, very generously sponsored me.
I would rather you didn't say how much.
£1 a mile.
Okay, but I would like you to point out that was more than David Baddiel gave you.
It was more than David Baddiel. It was a lot more than David Baddiel. And David Baddiel offered me an amount of money, and he said, I'm giving you this money on the proviso that the first thing you say when you get out of the channel is, thank you to David Baddiel. Which I didn't do, but I took the money.
He saw it as a sponsorship opportunity. I gave it to him saying, provided you have my name on your trunk. But you didn't do that either.
Oh, no, I couldn't, because I was sponsored. Strangely by Heat magazine on my trunks. It was quite strange.
Were you in their list of 20 most curvy celebrities?
No, but I was once Torso of the Week.
Wow.
Which I don't remember seeing you.
No, you know why? Because I refused permission to show that photograph for fear that other men of my age would feel jealous.
I saw you with your top off on Extras, which was nice. And I've seen you naked in real life. Actually, and you've actually revealed your genitalia to me on a couple of occasions.
Well, more on that, perhaps, after the news. What are we going to play now?
Just this. Up to it.
That's a beautiful song, isn't it?
I loved it.
I suspect we'll be hearing a lot more.
Declan O'Rourke. It's called Galileo.
Okay, David Walliams is with us. He is, of course, one half of Little Britain. The Little Britain Live DVD is out on the 13th of November, which is this coming Monday. There's also a Little Britain the Game DVD that was out, which I don't think I've seen. Yeah. What's that? What's one of those?
It's like,
games?
You put it on your DVD player, and it's sort of we come on as the characters and ask you kind of questions, and there's quizzes and things like that.
And it's good. Have you played it?
I haven't played it, but
if you played it, you'd probably do quite well, I imagine.
Well, yeah. I mean, we were there. It's different if you're in it. Isn't it? I mean, I haven't watched the live DVD, but then kind of I'm in it, so it would just be a bit strange. When do I go? Do I bring people around? Come on, let's play the Little Britain game.
We both know famous people who are a bit like that, who do insist that you watch their stuff when you go in their house, and don't we?
Yes, but it's slightly embarrassing. I kind of weirdly never watch Little Britain, actually. Yeah. I sometimes just try and... In BBC Three, I might catch a little bit of it and just think, if I started watching it now, would I think this was funny?
And so what goes through your head when you see that? What are you doing? Are you looking at... Do you look at the way it works?
I've put on weight.
No, seriously.
Sometimes.
It's all surface with you. It's the most superficial reaction.
I think, that could have been better, or I wish we hadn't done that, or, that was good, or I can't...
Because there must be moments that you've almost forgotten as well, I would have thought.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's strange, especially when you make 3 series in 3 years. It kind of, and also if there's the same jokes every week, it does get confusing.
but there must be others where you see it and think, we really know that was just a great...
Occasionally things work out really well. I mean, people always mention that swimming pool sketch where Matt, gets up and jumps off the diving board.
Well, that was so beautifully staged.
Yeah, and we just did one take of that, and in sometimes there's just a little bit of sprinkling, a little bit of fairy dust.
Yeah, a little bit of fairy dust.
That's how
So Little Britain Live, you can still go and see Little Britain on tour. As we said, if you get the chance to go online today, you could try and get yourself a ticket for the Little Britain Comic Relief Special, which is going to be, was it the 22nd?
22nd, Wednesday the 22nd. So tickets from Ticketmaster on that one.
There's that. Do you, before you go, David...
Am I going?
Yeah. You got I would love to. We can stick around a bit longer if you want.
No, I would like to go.
Okay. Do you know that swimming thing that little stunt you played last year? This year. Have you now lost your taste for swimming? I mean, I would have thought...
No, I swam yesterday.
And do you swim outdoors 3 or 4 times?
Well, no, I haven't done much of that. But then the strange thing about that is it does take a bit of organisation. You need some other people there because it obviously gets a bit dangerous when you're swimming outside on your own. So, and also, where would you swim? I know we could swim in like Hampstead Ponds or something like that. You gave me a funny look. Can't think of anything to ask, can you?
I can. I've got loads of questions.
When you watched the documentary, were you in awe?
Oh, okay. Hold it. You're talking about the Bond documentary that you're in?
No, the swimming one. But did you like the Bond one?
I was looking to see how you did it because I still think there was some kind of subterfuge.
Camera trickery.
I think they poked you or pushed you along a little part of the way. In the middle part of the sea, did they have a stick under the water and they were steering you over?
No.
Well, how did you swim? You didn't swim that far, though.
Yes, I did.
No, you're not actually. You didn't. I don't think you did.
I'm a real man. That's
I'm glad you managed to pull it off for charity. You know. And it's,
You're winking at me. Yeah. Did you like the Bond documentary?
I quite liked it.
Oh,
I thought it was a bit dreary, to be honest with you. No, I did like it. It was very good. You know what was lovely was clearly you're such a fan.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that this was on ITV last week, if you saw it. It was David Walliams' look at James Bond, and he is a died in the war. But it was strange because I noticed that there was some sort of like snipey previews in advance, and someone said David Walliams presenting a show about Bond in which they claim he's a lifelong Bond fan. Do you believe that, or do you think he was the only presenter available when they got this commissioned? I thought that's a weird thing to write.
Well, also, liking James Bond films is quite a mainstream thing anyway, isn't it? I mean, if you're a guy of a certain age, you probably have seen them and like them.
You look very dapper in it, and I thought Jimmy Carr was very funny.
I thought you were very good on it.
Well, thank you. This is
You were very funny, and I liked it when you said, I like it when you tease me.
Oh,
I do kind of like it. I get slightly overexcited and giggly when you do it. Can you tease me a little bit more before I go?
He's surrounded by yes men and professional swimmers now. That's what he's like. It's one heady whirl of goose fat.
Do you like being teased? Because you like teasing others very much. Were you bullied by your brothers when you were young?
Yes.
And that's why you're getting your own back on everyone who comes on your chat show.
It's got to be the worst knee-jerk psychiatric analysis I've ever heard. Someone obviously so filled with his own roiling, bubbling problems that he thinks he can analyse me.
Do you think I'm troubled?
Yeah.
Seriously?
No.
Good, thank you.
But why spoil it? Why spoil it with the truth? David, lovely to see you, as always. Thank you very much for coming in. Little Britain is still on you on this evening as well.
I am, yeah.
Wow, well, it's exhausting, I'm sure, but congratulations on being the most successful comedy duo the world has ever seen.
Thank you. Well, someone said of this century. I thought, yeah, well, this century, yes. I'd say
yeah, that's fair enough. Is that Michael Ball snapping? Look at that. What's he doing here?
I'm going in to see Michael Balls next.
Michael Balls? No, hold on. I don't know if I approve of this.
I'm doing a little pre-record with Michael Balls.
I thought you'd come and assist, because I didn't recognise him, because he looks a bit rough this morning, doesn't he? He looks a bit white-faced.
I can't see him.
He looks very well.
Where have you phoned in from?
Very well.
Yeah.
He's just phoned in from, what did he say?
From New York.
Darlington. No, Darlington.
It's a new airport.
How grand has he got that he has to fly down from Darlington now? No wonder the ozone layer's gone. It's Ball's fault. All right, David.
Isn't he lovely, though, Michael
He is lovely.
Balls,
and you know what? He's not only a lovely man, he's also a very talented man.
Mm. He's like you, but he's got talent. Because he can actually sing and dance and delight people rather than just appall people.
If only he could do something about that terrible curly wig he wears, all right? He might be back on top. Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you. Thank you ever so much for having me.
And I will see you for the Comic Relief special, if not before.
Lovely. I look forward to it. Bye.
Goodbye, David.